Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be giving my predictions on this year's Super Bowl, the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. Should be a good game. We'll see about it just because it seems like one team in particular has had an easier road, yet at the same time a harder road. We'll get to that. This should hopefully be a good game. Last year's Super Bowl was not a great game. The score was 40-20, but we know it was at one point 40-6, so it wasn't close. If you hear anything in the background, it is my two dogs. They're in the room right now and they're playing with toys. So, and also it's a new mic. I'm testing out one of those like small ass ones that you like put onto the shirt. Um, I want to make a cooking video soon. Um, I bought a Volkanovski apron, so I want to do a cooking with Volk recipe. And in order to do that, I can't have the regular microphone. So I'm testing it out today. Um, if it's good, I might use it more often, but if not, I'll go back to the old mic. Um, but yeah, let's get right back. Let's get right into this. This is a game that could go many ways. It could go kind of how it was the Seahawks versus the Broncos when it was just 40-3 and 43-8, and it was just not a close game at all. Um, just because the Patriots offensively haven't looked like a great football team um, in these three playoff games. I mean, 16 points against the Chargers, and then I think they put up 28, but most of it was just because of C.J. Stroud and how terrible he was that game. And then championship game against the Broncos, they put up just 10 points. Whereas Seattle has looked like a much more complete football team. They dog walked the 49ers. I think it was 41-6, so their offense was there to play. And then Sam Darnold last in the conference game against the Rams played a really great game. They won 31-27, so another week where they were able to put up 30 or more. Um, it could go as like Seattle just shows that, hey man, the Patriots aren't supposed to be here, and we're gonna show you guys that. Or it could go a kind of a way of like, hey, the Patriots have they've just found ways to win games this year, and they're gonna find a way to win this game because that's what a winning team does: is find ways to win games that you're probably not supposed to win. Um, the Patriots in this playoff run have faced three top five defenses, I believe, and now they're going against Seattle, who probably is the best defense in the league, at least in my opinion. Um, although in the conference game, the Rams were able to kind of outduel that defense, but Sean McVay has been able to do that to Mike McDonald for the last 2 years for the most part. Um, I guess we'll go over this positionally. Who has the better quarterback? I think Drake May this season has played better than Sam Darnold has. Um, and I think that the Patriots are gonna need Drake May to have his best game this postseason. He's had a very, very rough postseason run. He's just been bad. He hasn't been great in the postseason. But the thing is, he hasn't needed to be very good in this postseason because of how great that defense has played. Say what you want. Bad O line against for the Chargers. They only allowed 3 points. CJ Stroud, it was dog shit in the divisional round. But who made CJ Stroud bad? The Patriots defense did. And then you can have the asterisks with the whole, well, you played Jarrett Stidham, so you didn't play the best Broncos, which is true, which is why many people are going to be like, Seattle's going to dog walk the Patriots. The Patriots shouldn't even be in this predicament. They shouldn't be in the Super Bowl. Um, they've had an easy schedule. What makes them think they're the best team in the league? Um, And that those are all fair points. Those are all very fair points to have when it comes to this game. However, I think this game will be closer than what many people are going to think of it. Just because the Patriots defense has played very good football over this postseason run. Not saying that Seattle hasn't either, because Seattle has. I mean, they allowed 6 points against the Niners, 27 against the Rams, which was a lot, but it is the Rams, one of the better offenses in the league. Although the Patriots are also one of the better offenses in the league, I don't believe they have that kind of firepower that the Rams do. Just because the Rams have Puka Nakua, they have Kyron Williams and Devontae Adams as the red zone threat, whereas the Patriots' offense is Drake May heavily. The run game between Ramondre Stevenson and Trevion Henderson, sorry about that. It's solid. It's not elite. And then the receiving core is what? Stephon Diggs, um, Kayshon Boutte, and Matt Collins with the tight end of Hunter Henry, I believe. So it's not as great as the Rams. It's also the one who's scheming up the playbooks. There's the dog. What do you want, dude? What do you want? Come on, sniff. That probably ruined this video. Yeah, but yeah, it's Josh McDaniels versus Sean McVay. I'm fucking shitting on the Patriots right now. Holy shit. Well, it's I guess because the Patriots are the underdog and they probably should be the underdog. I'm just trying to say that what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Um yeah, what am I trying to say? Actually, what the fuck? This game will be closer. Sam Darnold has had a lot of turnovers. He's been able to cut it down in these 2 games in the postseason. He has to have another one of those turnover-free games if they want to win this game. Because I think that's going to be the way for the Patriots to win is to just simply have more chances at scoring. And how do you do that? You force turnovers. Um, and that's what they're going to have to do. Because I do think that Seattle's defense will be able to stop them more often than not. So how do you score on a defense that's going to stop you more often than not? Simply having the ball more and more. Just so the percentages of times you scored is still pretty low, but you got the ball so many times that, well, guess what? You still were able to get a good amount of points even after that whole percentages of times you got nothing from the drive. So the Patriots, I think, are going to need at least 2 turnovers, um, whether it's a Sam Darnold interception, fumbles, um, any of those kind of things, in order for them to kind of really, really like have a huge chance of winning this game. And for the Seahawks, you're the favorite in this game. So what do? You just kind of run that ball with Kenneth Walker. No Charbonnet, he's out for this game. Um, the Patriots will put Christian Gonzalez, I believe, on JSN, and they're gonna kind of double JSN. I think the Patriots' game plan defensively against the Seahawks is let other people beat you. Don't let JSN beat you. Because if JSN beats you, your game's done. But if you are able to stop JSN from having that big game, it's going to help you guys tremendously. Obviously, Cooper Kupp could have a huge game. Rashid Shaheed can go for a big 60-yard play out of nowhere. And then Kenneth Walker has looked pretty good in this postseason run. So my whole goal, if I'm the Patriots, is if we lose, we're not losing to JSN. We're losing to the other guys. And so that's probably going to be a big role when it comes to the Seahawks offense, is knowing that they're going to go at JSN. So we got to incorporate him the best we can, while also making the focal point being, all right, we're going to give the ball to the other guys because they're not going to be as pressured on them. the defense of the Patriots, that is. They're not going to be like heavily covering, you know, the rest of the receiving core and the running backs from the Seahawks. So I think that's what the Patriots defense is going to do. And they're going to need turnovers. The Patriots are going to need turnovers. So Sam Darnold has to play a very clean game. Very clean game. Because I think when it comes to like the skill positions, the Seahawks have the better skill positions. Drake May is just the better quarterback. I would say that the Seahawks have the better O line, D line, secondary. The Seahawks are just a better football team. But the reason why the Patriots are here is because they know how to win football games, which is something you couldn't say for the last 5 years, just because they weren't winning a lot of games. But Mike Vrabel, the now coach of the year as of yesterday, has kind of instilled a whole kind of that instilled that last 20 years before the 25 with the Tom Brady era with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, where it's like we're gonna constantly win because we know how to win. We're gonna instill into our like core that this is the method to winning games. Mike Vrabel was a part of that as a player. He's instilled that now as the head coach. He instilled that when he was with the Titans in his first few years before the whole "I don't want to be the head coach of the Titans" things happened. After Bill was gone, seemingly, and that's why they have a fighter's chance in this, just because the Patriots know how to win football games this season. And if you're a Patriots player or fan, what makes you think, well, now we don't know how to win the game? Especially when it comes to it being the game. Um, you're gonna need a big game from Drake May. A big game from that defense to stop JSN. I think Christian Gonzalez can stop him a little bit. This is definitely a match up, not a mismatch when it comes to those two. Because I think Christian Gonzalez is one of the best corners in the league. And JSN, who won Offensive Player of the Year, he was the best receiver this year and has put himself within the top five of the receivers. So that should be a fun matchup in this game. Um, I'm going to still be picking the Seattle Seahawks to win this game. About, I think at first it's gonna be a kind of slow start where the defense is gonna win the battle in the first quarter, where it's like 3-0. Maybe someone gets a touchdown late in the first quarter to make it 7-0. I probably would assume the Seahawks are gonna figure out the Patriots defense before the Patriots offense figures out the Seahawks defense. Um, I think at half the Seahawks would have a lead of around 13-3, 13-6, where the Patriots once again just struggled a lot in the first half, just like how they struggled against the Broncos for the first half as well. And I think the Patriots will pick it up in the third and fourth quarter, but I also think the Seahawks will pick it up in the third and fourth quarter when it's time to finish out the game and win the Super Bowl. I can see this game kind of being close to the Broncos versus Panthers, where it's one of those games where like the Patriots are still in this game. They've been in this game the whole time. They're just not able to fully click together the pieces at the very end, or Seattle is able to click their pieces to end the game and ruin the season for the Patriots when it comes to the Super Bowl chances. Um, I have this game being close to like 23-16, where it's a kind of out. It's a lower scoring game where there's bigger plays. Um, but yeah, I think the Seahawks are gonna be able to get some stops in the fourth quarter to stop the Patriots from achieving their seventh Super Bowl ring. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks 23-16. And when it comes to my MVP for the game, um, the Super Bowl is known for being the time when the player you didn't really think of wins, has a great game, and is a huge contributor to winning that team Super Bowl. You saw with Kadarius Toney when the Chiefs first played the Eagles, where he got that punt return touchdown, and then the next drive gets a receiving touchdown. That's a Super Bowl that I thought Mahomes shouldn't have won the MVP, and it should have gone to Kadarius Toney instead. And I think that for this year's MVP, I also think it's going to be one of those things where it's not going to be like JSN or Sam Darnold. It's going to be someone who comes in clutch late in the game in the fourth quarter, or has been a menace to the game for the most part. And my MVP is going to be on the Seahawks defense because I think they're going to need stops late in the game. And I think they're going to be able to do that. And they're going to have the help of. I'm trying to find out where he's at. This is not very prepared at all. Not very prepared. Leonard Williams. That's the name I'm thinking of. Leonard Williams. I had a fucking brain fart there. A fucking huge brain. I was seeing him. I was seeing his face, but I wasn't like capturing his name. Leonard Williams, I think, is going to play a huge factor when it comes to stopping Drake May in that offense, and I think he's going to also help with that run game because I think the Patriots are going to want to establish a run game to help Drake May, and I think that Leonard Williams is going to be my pick for the Super Bowl MVP, just based off he gets a sack, a couple tackles for loss, and when the game matters, he pressures Drake May and is able to help Seattle win the Super Bowl. So yeah, that is my pick for the Super Bowl, the Seattle Seahawks, and my pick for the MVP being Leonard Williams. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace.